What is up? Hello, hello. My name is Zeta. Today we're playing the finale of our Tears of the Kingdom series. You see that right there? That's where we're going. Where we always suspected that we had to go. There is nothing stopping us from going. We have all the shrines. We have all the people. We have a decent chunk of burnt food. No, it is the finale. We did it. We go through here and we beat the game. We take him out and it's over. Like, this can't be more finale than if you really like tried to do. We're even in the most cinematic spot. We're at the spot that we gave the Master Sword to Zelda so to get it repaired. We're even gonna give ourselves a nice rocket boost to get over there. It's going to be a great and glorious finale to our time here in Tears of the Kingdom. So we're just building our final device here. I think we don't have a ton of like excellent food, but we have a ton of raw food that if this doesn't do what we want it to do, I think we'll be okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should do. We can't really upgrade our armor anymore because we haven't fought enough Lionels. There's lots of other stuff that we could do. There's lots of side quests still out there. We could really focus on doing all the caves. We could actually just do that, but we're going to beat the game today. Ganon goes down today, right now, at whatever time it is locally when you're watching this stream. And here we go. Where are we going? Hyrule is really big. Food items that can cure Gloom. Okay, that's actually a pretty good idea since he's probably covered in Gloom and I don't have any food that cures him. We'll see how far we get. I bet we get to about oh no, we passed the guy back. But I think we'll get pretty close here. Alright, well if he's down there, let's do a little cooking. Let's grab... I doubt we'll use all of them, but we can at least get some of that stuff done. Alright, that's 12 hearts and 9 recovery. That's pretty good. We'll do 2 this time, but we'll add a little bit of a nutmeg flavor to it for that little extra variety and spice in life. But that actually didn't do very good at all. Alright, let's try Goron Spice. Sunny Prime Spiced Meat Skewer. Well, that sounds delicious. I don't know about you. That didn't really do anything at all. It's a perfect combination. Alright, that's gonna be good if we get really gloomed, but we don't lose a ton of hearts. Looking for a full heart recovery here. Yep, full recovery in that. Nope. Do that. We want a bigger thing too. I like a pumpkin. Put them in the device. Ah, that one's slightly tilted. I see the problem. Steamed mushrooms. Good. Yeah, but And it was also a bit tilted, and it was definitely not doing what it needed to do there. Yes. Don't salt rocks increase the effects of food? I don't think they actually do anything. Also, I don't think you put salt in the pizza. Ooh, melty cheesy bread. That's even better. We're in business now. Is there anything better than a simple slice of bread baked with no cheese on top? It's true. There really isn't. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Of course, I'm missing the prime ingredient. One in case I make a mistake. Okay. Cheese. I guess that's the end of it. We need a tomato oil. Last chance for a pizza. Hey, a Hylian tomato pizza. Now that's a food that'll stop a ganon. All right, we have a decent chunk of food. Feeling pretty good about that. And we're going into pizza. A couple of full heals, 4 bloom breaks. We should be fine. Now we can go. Well, there's the Lightroot. What a chasm. We even got the Camobatures Lightroot to indicate how... Okay. Guys, I know you're all excited. I'm really excited too, but can you just, like, chill a little? This chasm's also very well lit. Probably because we're not very far down the chasm hall yet. But this is probably the last Lightroot we're gonna get. Because it's just a giant chasm that goes further and further and further. Okay, it looks like a Zonai-ish based pillar based off of the design. It looks like this is where we're gonna be going. Lots of flame-like lights on the way. Oh. Okay. The music's gotten really intense. Also, we don't have a ton of arrows, so we probably should be careful about that. Okay, he's falling down, he's falling down. And we don't have to deal with them, they're just a bunch of... We should have been more careful with these guys. No, I need the rose shield, stop it. I already lost a heart. That's terrific. Oh, hello. Well, that answers my question. This is the right spot. Here we go. That's right, keep using arrows. Don't swap to melee weapons. Oof, careful. A shield! He actually broke my shield! Alright, this is actually a good thing. The Master Sword being out of energy is great because then we can wait for it to respawn and we can put like the Gloom Spear on top of it, and that should make that sword do like a bajillion damage. Okay. That's a lot of hearts. That's a lot of hearts. Ooh. 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 Too early. Oh, can you imagine if I didn't have Gloom food? Tech-kun, you are a genius. Okay. Flurry Rush is good with big two-handed weapons. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright. Ooh, that's good. Mount up. Because Gloom only hurts if you're touching it directly and not on top of a beast. Ooh. I don't know if that should have counted. That's kind of weird. But I'm gonna take it. Hey. That's right. Fall over. It is an armored silver Lionel. That's something I haven't fought enough in my journeys, is a bunch of Lionels. So it is comforting that we could see it all before the end here. And to prove that I could beat them the whole time. Ooh, a silver Lionel saber horn. Maybe we put that on the Master Sword. That's really good. Excels at defending even the most brutal of attacks and cutting down foes while deflecting. That's good. Lionel Guts. Delicious. The Mace Horn attached to weapon does that. Oh, thank goodness for so many arrows. And actually we can just toss that and take the Savage Saddle instead. No, I did not specifically do the Lionel Coliseum. All right, well, this is obviously the right way to go. We're gonna be going this way for full exploration. Ooh. Neat, neat. Okay, broken rocks, like it's been mined over here. That's kind of interesting. And all that does is bring us literally right here. I don't think I saved any time going this way. Okay. Oh, gosh. Lights don't have anything good. We can just run past these. It's not a big deal. And then... Oh. Oh, boy. What is it? The power of a sage cannot reach you. What? What does that mean? Hey, buddy, don't. There we go. Yeah, they did all despawn. Did I miss something? Is there supposed to be like things I need to unlock along the stairwell here? To like give my... No, it's not. It's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna be fine. And I also gotta fly over there. Okay. Yeah. Sort this out actually. Better. Okay, we'll take this and then we'll drop this. Okay, that's a decent sword. Do we have any other two-handers? This one. Okay, we'll keep this one for this the next minute or two. That's not what I thought it was. That is not the thing that stays in place. And we're gonna use a slight angle so that we can have a slight angle when we go this way. This should work. If the rocket shoots straight. Aw, come on. Nope. Well, at least we know it wouldn't have worked anyway. That's something. Get. Oh, hello. Hello, Gloom hands. Can't get me. can't get me. You're way too quick with that foot. You need to like wind it up so I can dodge it. Yeah, you can deal with those Gloom hands. All right, so that's not anything. Ah. Yeah, but those rocks weren't leading anywhere. But this is where we were at the beginning of the game. The music's even shifted. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Most importantly, I got this back. And to save on good weapons, we can just break through here. Yeah, the mural. Where the bombable wall was this whole time. There once was the Zonai who had 7 stones. Then he found a chick and was like, yes, let's stay here and make a kingdom. And then Ganondorf was like, nah, I'm gonna kill her and steal her stone. Then he's like, I'm also gonna invade the world. And that's when the sages fought him. With a very, very clear interpretation of Princess Zelda right there. But then Zelda got the Master Sword, and then she turned into a dragon. Huh, I wonder if that's confusing for players who didn't see the memories. So that means he's just right down there. Which means we only have a little bit to fix how much Gloom food I actually need. That's not what we want. That's kind of what we want. What else do we have? Okay, 2 Sunderland, that will hear us what, like 4 Gloom Tarts? 6, okay. That's actually a really good combination of the 2 of them. And by a couple more, I mean, let's go with 2 more. And by 2 more, I mean 3 more. perfect mix is 2 with 3. Perfect. Actually, we're gonna do 2 with 3 the other way. Oh, that one doesn't count. We're gonna do it one more time. 3 and 2. Much better. Okay. This should be it. Let's go show this guy who's boss. I also have a lot of questions about how we got down here. Like at the beginning of the game, if there was no obvious path, and there's a whole bunch of climbing and everything like that through there. Like that's a crazy way to get here. Ooh, do you hear that choir? That's so cool. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Like this was always theorized that he was in prison down here. And it's just cool to finally see the bottom of it. Well, if there's a torch here, let's do it. Let's get the cinema going. Where is the? Oh, it is that torch, isn't it? That's a nice bit of continuity. Well, it's our torch now. Jeez. Whoa. That's a sight. Bring it on.
Link, we shall protect Hyrule together.
The Gerudo owe you for your help. You can count on me. I will atone for my past failures.
Oh, we do not want to waste our weapons on this. This will be good. Do you mind, sir? Hey, I don't suppose.
Here I go!
Let's try a little Gibdo bone. That would be interesting if they do get harder and harder. I would really like this as an event. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's gonna end on a Lionel though. Maybe it'll end on a Phoenix. Or might this... Maybe Battle Talus? Ow! Did you stop that? I guess that was ice on ice sword. It would be interesting if it was a Glion, but they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that for this. I was thinking about it. I think there's a reason the space is so wide open. I think it's like just like Breath of the Wild. Like if you don't beat the bosses, they'll probably spawn right here for you to fight. Is there one more? Sidon. Somebody? Oh, good. And that's you, sir, and... Haha!
That gloom, it means but one thing. The Demon King is there. Huh?
More obstacles in our path, but our foe is mistaken if he thinks this will stop us.
Don't worry about us.
Link, we'll take care of this, Goro! You ready to see the power of a sage?
We'll be fine. We already beat them once. This'll be a breeze for sure.
It is time, Link. The rest is up to you.
I don't know if they would have made you fight them all at once if you went alone. But that proves a point. It is big enough. Okay, but now I feel much more comfortable with having the Master Sword out. Gross.
How disappointing. This world should be shrouded in darkness, not bathed in insufferable light. All these weak, peace-loving cowards running rampant. It would have been more satisfying to overcome a worthy foe.
Regardless, I will reshape this world as it was meant to be. I will crush any opposition. I will rule. That is what a king must do. Do not look away. You witness a king's revival. And the birth of his new world.
How about this?
Fall.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's not good. Who told him that he could flurry rush? He can swap weapons too. Oh my goodness.
Is that all?
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
What a feeling. I'd almost forgotten the thrill of battle. That feeling as blood surges in my veins. And I am not even nearing the limits of my power. Enjoy these final moments. I will be taking far more than you're on this time.
Whoa! Nope. Oh, is that your only trick?
Sorry for keeping you waiting!
I'll deal with all.
I'll find that demon king! Sorry, Mr. Darling. Are you alright?
Come on, Inobo!
Let's take it down together,
Okay.
It's time to finish
I am
him off,
the
Link.
best at dodging him, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. Oh, that's this. Yeah, I saw the health bar. It was huge! I ain't lost yet. Ooh, I flurry rush your flurry rush! Oh! Okay, I need another one of those. Haha! I'm one step ahead of you. Ow. Nice dodge. Wait! What? Wait! I lost 3 hearts for good? Oh my gosh! Okay. Well, you don't want to let me hit you. So, we'll just do this. Don't hit me, 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 don't hit me! Ah! Oh, wait. I should have been expecting that. Did he win? Right. He is way bigger. And we're episode. Oh, it's a sky fight. Oh, great. Wonderful. He knows my true weakness. What am I supposed to do? Ooh. Oh, I see it. Like any good boss of corruption, he looks sick. he's got all these tumor things. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's covered in gloom. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be made of gloom? Okay. Okay. You gonna catch me? You gonna catch me? Oh, thank you. Okay. Ah, falling. Such a great mechanic. Hey, get. Get off. Okay. Alright. You mind? Thank you. Alright, where's the next one? Where's the next one? Right there. Is a really cool concept. You know what I really miss right now? My boy Tulin. Oh! I'll have my hearts back. That's exciting. Okay. Stay very still, big guy. The sun's getting real low. Oh, I can't get a twofer. He's moving too fast. Zelda, thank you. Okay, we're gonna go further. It would have actually been good to have the dive suit here. I can't believe I made fun of it. Falling. Okay. Okay, skies. Oh. Blood moon. Wait, where is he? Where'd he go? Ooh. Ooh, nope, not me, sir. Talk about an explosion. Talk about destroy. Yeah, looks like my arms days are over. Or no. Can he put his hand on his hand? Oh, look, they brought her back. And they took my arm. But they put back my good one. Oh, but there's one small problem. We're still like hundreds of feet in the sky. Terrible timing. Oh. I was just thinking, wouldn't this be cool if this was playable? And we died. Falling that fast, that's like hitting like that's like hitting concrete. Oh, but I didn't get all the hearts, so I'm probably fine.
Link, how are you? you, after all. He's gone. The Demon King. I'm not in a dream, right? You did it. Oh, Link, you really did it. But how am I... No, I understand. I had been sleeping all this time. But when I felt something, like a warm, loving embrace, I woke up. Thank you. Link, I met such wonderful people. I saw Hyrule as it was. I have so much to tell you. So much happened. Oh, Link, I'm home.
Oh, good. I didn't know which Legend of Zelda it was. I had my suspicions, though. If that's not love, I don't know what was. I will die with my ship. I don't think it's controversial to say that Link and Zelda are definitely shippable in this game. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cinematic. There was a lot to that fight. It was about as hard as they could make it for people that don't really want to fight. But you caught the fee sound. Yeah, it was a pretty cinematic fight scene. That was a pretty good confrontation. I love it when a choir gets involved and their artistic style, the simplisticness of it, and like the piano pieces and then the choirs and making every moment epic. I think it really did. It did really well. And it ended very happily. I'm so curious to know what happens if you beat it without, like, do you have to get all the sages to beat this one? Do you think, like, if you don't get all the tears, does he not have like a dragon form, or does he just like destroy the world with the blood moon? Mount Goron Rushmore? Mount Gorushmore? Huh? I do think I really like that a lot better than... That was a very fun sequence. To go in, to dive, and continue diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. More and more enemies. Seeing all those enemies appear. But you have to have the sages to fight them, so I don't know how you would beat them otherwise. Like the bosses, anyway. The army, I think it'd be a lot of fun to just fight them on your own. I wonder if Ganondorf even says differently, like, ah, you basically killed them all yourself, you're so cool. Then phase 1 of the fight was pretty good. Phase 2 started a bit... It was just like, he's really just doing copies. Like, that's the best he can do. But then phase 3, he was just very untouchable. And I like that when they do that with Ganondorf. So you actually have to be better at some of the other aspects of the game. Or you can just use arrows. That fight against the dragon was definitely... I think that wasn't too bad. It was really just like a big cinematic thing to do. Like, I don't really think that there's a... That's... Yeah, I don't think it was particularly difficult to do. Well, it's actually kind of cool to see this area without all the rain, which is something we didn't do. Do you think Rauru and Sonia could have turned back Zelda at any time, or did Ganondorf have to be defeated? Oh, is it gonna do all the stills over again? Oh, and that when you were diving to go grab her hand, it was a callback to the beginning. Didn't even catch that. Cause you weren't good enough before. And now you got all powered up and then you could. Neat. Oh, a lot of hand clasping. A lot of hand clasping. Right, the fish bump, because Goron hands are so big. Sidon's like enveloping it with both of his hands. And then our hand on Raru's Manure's hand, and then it's gonna go to all the hands together. And they couldn't shake hands. So he ate a pop rock. And the hand got angry. But these hands are fine. Yep, copyright laws. And that's it. That's the end. There's no more to it. We did. Ooh, there's more. It's not the end. You lied, Nintendo.
I can't believe such an impressive landmass can float in the sky. Just when I thought I'd started to figure the Zonai out.
Everyone, I am glad I was able to bring you all here. I wanted to share this view of Hyrule with all of you.
Whoa! I've never been this far up before, Goro.
Wow, what a sight it is. And Zelda, you were roaming the skies all along?
Yes, although I don't really remember. I never thought I would actually stand here again.
This is only a theory, but Raru's power of light and Sonia's time power. For Zelda to transform back, they both must have channeled their abilities through you, Link.
Oh. I see.
Now it seems it is my time.
Minoru!
Do not worry. You have overcome the burden my era left to you. You have proven yourself, and you no longer need me. I know I can move on, join Rauru and the others, and the world will be safe.
Those of us gathered here swear on our lives to support Princess Zelda and... to support Princess Zelda and safeguard the land of Hyrule.
Rauru and Sonia will be happy to hear of this.
But Minoru...
And I'll let them know how much you care. Thank you, War.
King Raru, Queen Sonia, Minoru, the ancient sages. They wished not only to save Hyrule from the Demon King, but for it to see eternal peace. I will dedicate myself to that goal. Now, and for all time. My friends, with all of your strength, stand with me.
I'm feeling a lot of things. I felt that when that music swelled up. I felt the patriotism that Kale Hawk felt when they swore the federal employee oath. But the game's done. Let's talk about it. There was a lot to unpack there at the end, and it just so happens that we're in this spot. It feels. I mean, it feels good. I feel it was a lot of fun to play. Yeah, let's change the gear. There's just a lot of thoughts going in my mind right this second, and I'm just trying to put it all together. Alright, so pretty epic confrontation. Really cool build up to it too. I kind of wish it was longer. It took I suppose it took 90 minutes, but really it didn't, because 30 of those minutes was me just getting there and then cooking a bunch of food. And not necessarily getting, actually getting to where we want to go and everything like that. So there's that. I'm not really sure what the scene at the end really did, other than to say that Zelda's really dedicated to doing that. Honestly, I'm really curious about what the other endings are. Or if the game literally just doesn't let you win because you don't have all the sages. I could see... Like, does Zelda come back anyway? Do you realize that she's a dragon? Actually, we can go through Kakariko. I'm good with that. Is there no... Like, do they have the bombable rocks in front so that you know that you're like, oh wait, she's a dragon, or something along those lines? If you hadn't done the tiers, or do you need to have the tiers to get the ending? Do you need that for the second phase of the boss fight? I imagine that you wouldn't need it for the second phase. But if you don't get the tiers as Rauru and Sonya just like, ah, whatever fam, and then you just land and it's like, I guess we'll never know what happened to Princess Zelda. I've just got a few questions. And like what that looks like. And Manure dying was bad because she actually explained everything, but then she wasn't really even around all that much. I think it might have been better if you found Rauru instead. I think that might have been a better character, but it doesn't really quite make sense because Rauru messed up and you need his arm. But then Rauru doesn't show up for most of the game either. I don't know, maybe if I would have used I want to keep saying Manuru more, then I would have that closer connection and that closer feel to her. And I actively went out of my way not to because she's a cool giant mech, but she's kind of like, her walking speed doesn't seem consistent. I looked it up. If you don't get all the stuff and you need to raise the military score high enough, Zelda is replaced by an annoying child from the stars, and there's a multicolored choice that means nothing. Halfway through typing Legend of Zelda, did you go for Mass Effect 3? I'm not an expert, but that sounds very, very similar to Mass Effect 3, and I have it on good authority that Nintendo and EA or BioWare are different companies, and they wouldn't do that. Like what a thing. Oh, Mass Effect 3's ending. Oh. I feel better about this ending than Mass Effect 3's ending. I guess one thing that I really liked about the after credits scene is the way... That's not saying much. I know. And I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm having like a negative reaction or anything like that. I think it was good. Oh no. Is there no way across? Okay, we're gonna go slow. Go. Come on, let's shimmy past it. Ah, ow! Can't you see, sir? I'm trying to reminisce on the game that I am playing. By the way, the difference between drowning and swimming, 2 inches. Well, I don't think we can ford this river any. Okay, but Mass Effect 2 ending was like bad. Like we know that. We can say that for sure. This ending was pretty good. The presentation was there. It didn't really feel like I don't really think it makes a whole lot of sense for Ganondorf to really be that invested in killing us. He seems to have gone to that desperation point pretty quickly. I think it needed to be longer. I think there needed to be more to it. The entryway to it was really good. The boss arena where you fight him, that was also pretty good. This is not going to work. I can already tell. We're working too hard. We're gonna do a little stable magic. But like, so the first phase was pretty good. The second phase again was like getting there. It started to feel really good, especially that last bit. That last bit was pretty good. But then it was over, and then he was defeated. Him swapping weapons was pretty good. Him doing him doing Flurry Rush was also really, really cool. I think that was a lot of fun. But then it was over, and it was done. Getting like, okay, so what am I trying to say? Because Breath of the Wild kind of had this problem too, where once you got to the final boss and you beat him, and then you beat like the next, because he had 2 major phases, and it was over pretty quickly, especially if you did the temples. I guess that what the real boss fight technically is supposed to feel like it begins when you fight all the bokoblins and stuff. And that would feel, and it's designed with you to be fighting all that. And having the stages there helps out immensely because everyone, like, they all split up and they check their targets. But I think it would have felt better if we did have to fight all those people. But even then, it's not like a unique encounter necessarily. It's just more enemies of the same thing that we've been fighting. And it was cool to see them all be taken away, but they should have been taken away sooner. I think, like, as soon as you got down, like, past the Lightroot, it should have been the sages can't reach you now or something. And so you have to go through it, and you have to fight the Lionel on your own. You have to fight, like, everything on your own. Like, that would have been really, like, that could have cemented in them coming back to be a little bit more. Because that could have been emphasized a bit more. But maybe it's just the stages themselves that I didn't really feel like I was missing them until I saw a bunch of enemies. I'm like, oh yeah, it would be really nice to have them right now. Like, how cool would it be if they had waited? So there's a whole bunch of enemies and you draw your sword and you're like, okay, here we go. And then you just start smacking everybody. Like, oh, I forgot how the frame rate in this village is just terrible. It's like they have a whole bunch of high-res models and they put a bunch more high-res models in here. And they're just like, yeah, it'll load. And then like he turned to his cooler form, but it was still the same moveset, and he didn't really start like really switching weapons a whole bunch until the end there. And I think there could have been a little bit more escalation. But it's a hard balance that they have to walk. They have to walk because they want this game to be like achievable for younger audiences. Like most everything in here is like PG and stuff like that. Yeah, there's some like, you know, people like dying and passing on, but usually they're passing on like Manuru did in a ball of light. Every other villager that you see gets knocked down. The scariest thing is a blood moon, which is legit creepy. Like, if I was playing this as a kid, I'd be like, oh, blood. I'd be a little bit terrified of them. But my friend would be more terrified of them, so I would put on a brave face and be like, no, they're not scary at all. Also really cool that the blood moon was there for the final bit of the health bar. Maybe it could have played a bigger part in it. Like maybe with the blood moon up, it like regenerated him a bit, or he sprouted like extra arms, or like he sprouted minions on his. But the thing is, if he sprouts minions on his back, they would just be what, Phantom Ganons. and we fought Ganon. And even, I guess that's another thing, is like the Ganon boss fight at the end. It's just a Phantom Ganon, but he swaps weapons. And he's corporeal. He even does gloom damage, which makes sense because he's the source of all gloom and all of that stuff. This is not a road. But again, once you got to the dragon, like him going there, he didn't really. Whoops. Hey Talakate, welcome to the. Are you just joining us?
Oh.
Did you miss the climactic end of the whole thing?
Oh.
That is.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there's always the video.
Yeah.
There's always the replay. I mean, someone's gonna have to edit it for YouTube eventually, right? I could just start over and start fresh and just jump in and do everything. That'd be... That wouldn't take over 90 hours or however long I've played this game for. Oh, actually, it's a lot of hours. I think we're looking at maybe 200 or so.
Yeah. Oh.
And I think that's a fair estimate. No, not quite that much. Maybe 160, 150.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was climactic. It was really fun. I think it would have brought up a ton of questions because I'm looking over and I'm questioning it, and I think overall I feel good about it. I think it was a good ending. I feel like it was good. And I think that the music swelling did a lot for it. Oh, I already marked that Korok, and I'm passing him up again.
Oh.
This is what I get for helping you find the shrine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I probably could beat him again. It didn't take too long.
Yeah.
And I bet you I could beat my time.
Yeah. Oh.
Here, actually, since you helped with the shrines, we'll just put this on. There we go. There you go. That's your reward. I can ride around like this for a bit. Ooh, let's actually go this way up here. Oop. Yeah. I guess what I was getting back to. Yeah, I was gonna go check out the house building, and I'm writing because I wanted to talk about what I think of the game as a whole while the thoughts are fresh in my head, and while I'm still playing it, and then while I'm still doing something. So there's something on the screen while we're doing this, so you're not just watching nothing happen as I just talk at a screen. But the music was top notch. They really nailed the theme. I think they really had, they did what they were supposed to do with the sages, and where they were a part of things and where they weren't a part of things. I like how they were both kind of in and out of that whole final stretch. the second big form was more of a cinematic thing, but again, that's what they did in Breath of the Wild, is you had your first major couple of, like, you had your first major couple of phases, and then you had the last one where you fought Calamity Ganon, like, just, and he was, like, running around, like, the fields, and you were on a horse.
Yeah.
But in this one, it was, I mean, but that last one wasn't very, very hard at all, and you got, like, a special weapon to deal with things, and, like, it was, like, it wasn't very difficult. It was just really big and grandiose, and like a set piece. It felt like that's what this one was too. It just played with my fear of heights a lot more. And I think I got... I think that it might hit differently if you didn't have that same fear hitting in your veins. Although if I was a kid, again, I think all of that would be hitting me, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's like the greatest thing ever. Pretty solid. I think I guess I kind of want to know more to the ending, because I know there's not going to be any DLC to this, and I know there's not going to be any more to the story, because whatever next Zelda game that they're going to make, they're not going to do it in this Hyrule. They're not going to do it with this Zelda. They're not going to do it with this Link. And it's also really odd that these games are kind of out of the major... It's out of the timeline. There's no place for it in the timeline. And, you know, none of it really... It's kind of odd that that's the case. They added for show it might be. Like, they might do, like, a sequel in this Hyrule? Or, like, what do you mean? Specifically. Oh, the added fee. Well, we can talk about that. Oh, there's a Lionel there. We can fight him. I'm sorry, I ran into you. Hey. Thanks for the fish skewer. Something about cool. Okay, whatever. Should actually put on my better armor for this. These guys hurt enough without it. I mean, with it on. Hey there, bud. Ow. Don't do that to me. I just dodge, I'll be fine. Yeah, because I'm so good at that. As that final fight proved. Actually, I'm really good at that. Look at that. Okay. And wait! It doesn't matter because we did it. This is not the weapon I want. This one? Yeah, this'll do. Ooh. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm trying to attach a sword thing. You don't mind, sir. Ow! Oh. Okay. Well, there's your problem right there. You let the cast Fireball first. You want to cast Fireball first in always. That's fair. But I didn't spec into Mage as Link specifically, so that's my real problem. Is I should have gone into Mage spec for Link. Fireball counters teleport. It counters it. Yeah, fireball is freaking huge range. But unlike real mages, the Lionel can cast it multiple times a day, which is really where the imbalance comes in. So, see, like, that encounter was really, really fun, but what does this game provide that Breath of the Wild doesn't provide in that? And I think that's my biggest gripe. I think when this game does some new stuff, it has some good ideas, but it doesn't follow through. Like, we don't get to see a huge Zonai city. We see the ancient city of Gorlandia, but we don't get to see its culture. We don't get to see anything more about it. We don't get to see any more hints about it, I guess. I guess we never really got to see that in any other Zelda game. But for one that has a more focus on a story that's kind of non-linear... Oh, and don't get me started on the non-linear storyline. I think that actively hurts this game. Like, to a very, very large degree. If it forced you to go in a linear path, I think that's good. But the story, the way that it's told, you have to watch the same cinematic 4 times? 5 times, because even after the 4, everyone's still confused about what's going on until Minoru actually goes and explains the whole thing. Once you find her, she's the only one that provides commentary to the visions other than the other ones of old. So it's kind of just, hey, you must be Link. I'm Grantison. Okay, let's learn how to build a house really quick. This is the plot of the land. That's big. Place the rooms you sell. You're on the way to building one-of-a-kind dream home. All right. 2 rooms. 2 rooms get you started. Okay. Those are pathetically small. The one on the left is a foyer, and the one on the right is a bedroom. They're covered with nets to protect the interiors. We'll remove them once the construction is complete. Okay. Arrange the rooms to fit nicely within the rope boundaries. You can place the rooms... You can only place rooms in the roped off area, okay? How are people supposed to... I've got questions again. How are people supposed to build their own houses? They can't move stuff like this. Well, I found a flaw in the Bolson Construction Company. Thanks. The real building process begins now. You have a 3-story house? Well, I'm gonna go 4 stories. Hudson Construction Fab. Oh, right, neat. We can do the paraglider stuff. We'll go 1 taller just to up Saber Force. Oh, that's neat. Have a little dresser. I mean, it's a sink. It's a studio. We can do better than that. That's one thing that this game also provides. Like a huge plot of land, and you can kind of build your own house, everything. I don't know if I'm zoned for a 4th story. Just talk to Grandson. New rooms are an investment which you can preview. Okay. Wait. Do we not have to? Do we have to go somewhere else to buy rooms? Or can we just buy rooms here? I need more rooms. Ooh. I have all the hero weapons on display. It's pretty fun. That's another thing, is that you can pretty much probably play this a whole bunch. Ooh, indoor stairs. Okay, so that's... So we just have to do this, what, 3 times? Yeah, there's a room limit of 15, but we can make this work. Oh, a blessing room. Okay. All right. Well, we have a bedroom. Frame for a painting, shield stand, bow stand, weapon stand. We'll need one for weapons.
Oh.
Okay, let's see what we got. I guess I still wish that there was a bit more to... Okay, I think I know what I want to do. We want a furnished square room. And then we bought a weapon stand, and we'll need a... We'll have a shield stand. Is it, though? Is it? Woo! I can't see a thing. Okay. So, we need this square room somewhere. Where'd you go? Okay, you're the front. You should be here in the front. Then we're gonna furnish the center room here. Then we will have the shields over here. The swords over here. Uh-oh. I think I need more stairs. I do. Okay. I need more rooms. Give me another indoor stair. And then probably... I'll probably need another room in the center, I would imagine. We'll do one thing at a time before we figure that out. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way that I did when I beat Tears of the Kingdom, or when I beat Breath of the Wild. I think this game is objectively better. Why can't I grab this? Why are you attaching over there? Have you seen those? It looks like you're building a ship and container home. Yes, it really, really does feel like that. I mean, that's Bolson and that's Bolson construction for you. Don't quit my hero shot. Oh, right. Now the real hard part. Ugh. Okay. Maybe we can do this a different way. Where you at?
Oh. Ah. Oh.
We want another square room. Do we want it furnished? I don't think we do.
Ah. Oh. Ah. Hmm. Ah.
This is going to be very interesting. Uh-oh. Which way's the bottom? Does it matter which way's the bottom? Maybe it doesn't. It's probably fine. Okay. This is getting a bit tricky. But this is gonna be brilliant. I just don't get why I can't pick it up from here. Okay, alright. Yeah, but this game. What is this stuck to? This isn't stuck to anything. Ugh. It really wanted to be. Yeah, I... Oh, I think I know what happened. It got stuck trying to flip. Okay, I really can't see, so if you can help me with the camera a bit. Oh, that's not perfect at all. Hey. All right, okay.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
We probably want a kitchen.
Ah.
We probably want a blessing room.
Oh.
Oh, you can get a paddock for your horses? Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Ah.
Ooh. Careful. It makes sense for the kitchen to be down here. Not what I want at all. No, stop attaching to that one. Attach to... That's better. You stop attaching. That is not good. Okay.
Ah. Oh. Ah.
Let's get something really, really tall. Like another indoor stairs.
Oh. Mmm. Ah.
That might be my only real complaint, actually, is that there's not more to this game other than more cinematics, which are, again, awesome and well put together. Oop. That'll do. Okay, that's looking good. Then we're going to attach that there. And then we're gonna attach that right there. And we're gonna attach this right we can make this work. Excellent. Again, the house is supposed to be right here. You need to be attached to the side of the house. Let's not ascend into the rooms. I've done it.
Ah. Oh.
I want to get a paddock because I didn't know that that was a thing we could do.
Oh.
And we'll get one of these.
Ah.
We'll get a flower bed too.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll get the flower bed, yeah, and then back up.
Ah.
I don't want to place. I want to store something though.
Ah.
Okay, more rooms.
Ah. Ah.
Okay, so he stores them automatically. Okay, you are out of here. And you're somewhere. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put you. Oh no,
Ah.
we'll finish up here. But I understand why it's harder. The hand really wants you to be.
Ah.
That looks so jank. It really wants you to connect to the center of mass, and so if you have it tilted on its side, it's actually further from the center of mass, so it's hard to actually pick up and do.
Ah. Oh. Ah. Hmm. Oh. Ah.
There, that's better on the ridge.
Ah.
Oh, I don't need more rooms.
Ah. Hmm.
Much easier than the house quest from Breath of the Wild, and much more customizable. And this passed safety inspection, I'll have you know. There you go. You have your horse. You have your garden. This needs to be reversed. We have a nice little kitchen. We can display our sword. One story. 2 story. 3 story. What's that, a goddess statue? What's that? My Lionel shield? A royal guard shield, and the most majestic of all shields, a mirror shield? Finally, your reward for climbing the top, the 4th story, bedroom. It's too bad that you don't have anything for me to do, though, Got a statue. I guess we can go find Sage's wills, but... Is there any other weapons that we really want to display? Too bad you're a soldier. Your knees will go out at about 40. This is a different time. So I doubt that we'll... Can we just display the Master Sword? I didn't think we could. One of these things is not like the other. Now, it's the same song, but slightly different reasons. Yeah, that'll do. But that's pretty much Tears of the Kingdom. It's Breath of the Wild plus. It's more than an expansion pack. It's worth its price of admission. The things that it does with grabbing, with the, what do they call the power? Ultra Hand. I think with Ultra Hand things are really good. The ability to build a whole bunch of stuff is also really good, but it's not as structured. It's not... Oh, by the way, look how steep these stairs are. Look at the run. It's like a terrible run animation. And like, look how much you bend your legs when you walk it. It looks like you're half crouching. It looks like it's gonna... You're right. I think you would be in a nursing home before no time. Now, if I could redesign it, I would probably put a room in between each. So I'd make another room here. It's just that it would be open to the elements, and then I would run out of rooms pretty quickly. Because this would have been open to the elements, and this would have been open to everything really quickly. I'm just glad that the ceiling and the roof look exactly the same. Home lifelink. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of... There's a lot of open-endedness to the game, and my personal taste and style, I don't really care for it. I like my stories to be more structured. I think that cinematically it did some really cool moments. I don't think it was cool to see Ganondorf, but it wasn't. It's odd because it's actually a new Ganondorf, and it's actually a new imprisoning war, and it's really weird that they added the whole fee sound to the Master Sword in the first place to say, ooh, it's kind of connected, but then they won't put it on a timeline which Nintendo I don't think really, like, at the end of the day really cares about necessarily. It's like, ooh, this version of the imprisoning war is with this, but there's still no mention of Triforce. I don't know why Ganondorf was so much more powerful than anyone else, because we all got secret stones. Rauru had a secret stone, Sonya had a secret stone, the sages had secret stones, but he had one, he just had one, and then he was still more powerful than anyone else that there was. And that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and it's not really explained. What does he want to do? He just wants to rule the world? That's kind of... It's not the Ganondorf I know. He's either trying to break out of prison because he was an evil person, but he was very much just like, I want to fight, I also want... Why does everything need to be so bright? Well, I'm gonna bathe the world in darkness for a reason. They brought in a voice actor. They did so well with Zelda's characterization. They explored her character. And in this one, they didn't explore anyone's character. No one really grew. All right, let's take that in point. Don't doze off on me. Sidon was regressed to be insecure, and then he became confident again, which is what his future wife wanted. Also, tons of people are going to be disappointed about that because of the whole Sidon shipping thing. Yunobo, hot take. I never really liked Yunobo in Breath of the Wild. I thought Yunobo was neat, but he's too like casual in his speech for like a big Goron. A good big Goron hero. My big Goron heroes are like Darunia, you know, the big brothers and stuff like that, the people that take care of business. Even if Yunobo is more of what a typical Goron would be. Yeah, he just kind of seems confused. Riju is exactly the same as she was. She was smart and she was crafty and she was just defending her people. And that didn't change. And we have a whole new bird person. And he actually feels more, Tulin had the best arc because he was like, hey, I'm a kid. I want to save the world. You're an idiot. You're a kid. You'll be blown to pieces. You'll shoot your eye out. And then it turns out he was right. And everything was fine because we did what he wanted us. We did that. We found the Stormwind arc. Manuru, again, wasn't much of a character. She was like, oh, hey, I'm here to explain plot to you in a chair. Oh, hey, I'm also here to explain plot in a chair and explain who I am and why I'm important. Hey, I'm also going to explain the rest of the plot in case... Wow, it's so steep you can actually climb the stairs. And it might be faster than... That's fun. So yeah, there wasn't really that growth. And when you're looking through the memories, Zelda's not growing. You're just seeing, oh, this is what happened here when it happened here. And what you learn isn't as exciting. You can't see if because the horse is there? Oh my gosh. So each of those characters aren't really anything. Link's a blank slate. He's just gonna learn whatever. There's a lot more of like Purah doesn't even have a character. She's just like, oh hey, I look a normal age now, so I'm probably totally fine. Also, go do the thing. I'm the quest giver. We don't want to have Impa do it. Impa's gonna be playing, like, she's gonna be off doing balloon stuff, which is fine. She can do that. It's her prerogative. They can make characters do different things and have other characters fill those roles. But there's not an arc. There's not a growth. And that was one thing that Breath of the Wild did, is with Zelda, is that she grew. She had an arc, and the memories had a purpose. They explained that, and so when she got back, and you had the extra after credit scene, it made a bit more sense, because she was like, all of this and all of that, and I'm now confident in you and me and what my role is in saving everything. And the scene doesn't play unless you've done it, because it doesn't have the right. It now has the right context to the full cutscene. And this one, if you watch the memories, I don't think that the final thing would have changed. Ooh, that's a zoom. Let's put Neru in the paddock. Neru is my original horse. It makes sense. But like these past ones, it just shows, hey, Ganondorf was an evil king. He tried to invade, it didn't work. And then it was fine, and then it was still not fine. It was fine for a second, oh no, and then there's two cutscenes directly to him sealing it, and it's a cool cutscene. He's just like, oh, I got the stone now, I'm gonna make the blood moon, and it explains that the blood moon's a Ganon thing, which that is neat, but it doesn't explain why it has to be a blood moon, or what's been seeping. Like, it doesn't actually directly say that he's been the calamity thing that's been striking everything over and over and over again. Why are there pictures of Hate No Village in my house? It dabbles around a lot of things, but it doesn't. I think there's a lot of flashiness over some substance. There's some substance in here, the fact that there's a Phantom Zelda and she's leading everyone astray, and everyone is dumb enough to be like, oh, Zelda's like saying evil things, and we should just follow that all the way through. But it kind of makes Phantom Ganon seem like more of a trickster than like someone directly attacking. And I think a lot of decisions on the story, like wouldn't it have been better if like Zelda had been like actually attacking? Everyone's like, oh no, Zelda's like attacking our forces with like bokoblins. But a lot of these decisions were probably made because they wanted to keep the gameplay loop of Breath of the Wild intact, which is go around, find stuff, explore, just do it again, but a slightly different map. And that's my biggest criticism. That's it. That's really it. The stuff that they added was great. The story was trying to be more linear, but it also is in a very open gameplay style, and they didn't really gate or padlock because they didn't want to do that, but they also didn't make adjustments to the story to make it more open-ended. They also didn't have something that said, hey, you've seen the scene after you get the sage. You've seen how that ends. You don't need to watch it 4 more times. You will watch it 4 more times, and that'll show that we have 30 cutscenes. And then the final battle was pretty good. It was top. I wouldn't call it top tier. I call it a solid A-, I think, because okay, A-, that still might be harsh. I think it was a good ending. I would have liked it to be harder, but that's a preference thing, and that's me. I've been playing these games for forever. Of course, I would like a little bit more of a challenge, but challenge is hard to fine tune to that when you have a wide audience appeal. And it ended in a nice cinematic thing, and there's a lot to the whole. There might be more to the handshake thing, but the handshakes and the reason that you have a new hand, and it's a new, and you're handing it out to people, and new bonds of trust. Like, that might be something that the game was hinting at. It might just be like a common visual motif to show something, and it might just be like, oh, she's out of reach now that you're corrupted with Gloom. It doesn't mean anything. I don't see a deeper meaning, and maybe that's just like a cultural thing that I'm missing. I don't know. There could be a lot of things to it, and at the end of the day, it's just. That's what it comes down to. It's good. It's really good. It would be hard to play Breath of the Wild after playing this because this has so many more options. But I like Breath of the Wild's story better. And it fits because the narrative isn't linear. You can do the dungeons in any order because it kind of doesn't matter. Because each region's story is contained. And the final boss is a looming threat ever since the very beginning. It's not like, oh, we have to find him, we have to figure out where he is. Oh, he's just in the same place that he was in before. Of course he's in Hyrule Castle. That's where Ganondorf always is. And with everything that they added, the Sky Islands were fun, but there's not that many of them. Most of them are empty so that you can go from one island to the next. The depths are fun, but there's a lot to find in there. There's lots of different like design decisions, like this Yiga base on the water, but it's also not as. But once you face one Yiga, the enemy types are so limited that there's not a super big variety. There's going to be a guy on a boat, or there's going to be a guy on a plane, and then you hit him with an arrow, and that's it. You've beaten the puzzle, and you get a new creative device. And that's something else that this game does really, really well, is you have so much creativity to build so many attractions, automatons, creations, and it's a build your own fun, see what crazy stuff that you can do. And that's the very open world mindset to things. And there's tons of Zelda clips out there of people putting time bombs on their shields and then jumping up and like shield surfing and hopping on to get a huge boost, and just doing that over and over and over again so that you can get to the height of a Gleeok that is in the final phase, and they're flying all the way to the top. there's just so many different things. Like, the sandbox that they built is brilliant, and I don't want to take away from that. It's just, I don't... They brought back Ganondorf, and they didn't expand on him. The past was... everything was geared around what happened to Zelda again. But we know Zelda's character, and she didn't learn anything new. All she did was, oh, I'm back in the past, it sucks. Well, maybe it's for a reason? Maybe fate brought me here because fate's a jerk, and it's like, well, instead of just warning you about anything, I'm gonna make you live as a dragon for 1,000 years, and you can absorb all that light and just pour all that energy into the Master Sword. Because Fee's like, we should just do that, you should help me out. I mean, you know, silver linings, it says it's doing that, but I don't see a meaning behind that. I don't see a narrative reason why that would have to be the case. Like what? It feels like it's an explanation for an explanation's sake, rather than like oh, she needs to be in the past so that she can, because we can't have her be in the game. Oh, we can do this, or oh, we can do that. I'm not even saying that they should have made it like playable or something. Like, there's a lot of interesting things they could do, but they chose to do something like, let's do Breath of the Wild again. There's memories of Zelda, let's have memories of Zelda again. There's 4 dungeons in the same regions, let's do those same 4 region dungeons again. Let's enhance it. Let's give you actual companions, which is good. Let's change up the world map a little bit so there's ruins where there shouldn't be. You can't go up Death Mountain the same way, and now it's also only warm in certain locations. But it's all minor detail changes for pretty much a different experience. The same but different experience. It's like if you had... It's like if you had a hot and spicy McChicken sandwich from McDonald's, and then the next day you had a McDouble. Or, no, that's not even the right... No, that's right, that's right. One's a burger, and one's a chicken sandwich. And the chicken is different, but the whole basicness of the sandwich is the same. It's not like you're going out and getting a pizza. But there's bread, there's lettuce, there's a couple of extra things here and there, but it's all the same. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been here before. We're seeing it new, and it's kind of neat how much they were able to stretch that, but they didn't evolve the formula. The memories you find, they're still the memory. They're still the old memories. It's still about Zelda, and it's not telling a story. It's showing what happened so that you can understand something, but it didn't elaborate. There was nothing interesting super revealed. Ganondorf was bad. Got it. He tried to invade, and Rauru stopped him here, even though this probably... there's probably a lore thing about why that's still fallen down here. Rauru stopped him, and then he's like, hey, I'm gonna kneel in a way that's reminiscent of Ocarina of Time, and then I'm gonna betray you in a way that's direct, I guess. I don't really think there was homaging anything. It shows the rewind powers, which is pretty neat in real time. That's pretty cool. That they're using it inside the cutscenes. Like, it's a real power in the world. Just like quick travel, they actually used quick travel in the world as well. But it doesn't talk about the implications of the time loop. It doesn't go into more about why Ganondorf. It's just like, oh, Ganondorf, he comes from the Gerudo Desert. The Gerudos don't talk about him. They don't know about him. He's like, oh, that's a Demon King that threatened our land. We got to take care of that. They don't talk about why the Gerudo Sage joined to fight them. There's no elaboration. There's no depth, and there was in Breath of the Wild story. But this had better cutscenes because there was more orchestra, there was more cinematic flair because it was Ganondorf, and they wanted to make sure that the moments with him felt good. And I think they did. I think they got his vibe down. I just don't think that they didn't know what to do with his character. And so they kind of kept him from talking a whole bunch. They just kind of showed him going "Rah!" a lot, like he was some sort of beast. And he's never really been like that to me. In Ocarina of Time, he was very, like, you didn't interact with him too much, but you felt his presence in the game because of how much the adult world changed. Especially with, like, Long Ranch and stuff like that, and the Death Mountain being spirally, and there being, like, the castle drawbridge being broken. They're all small changes, like, because it was a game that was in the 90s. But, like, the moments that he did interact with you, he called you a punk kid, smacked you down. So he did something to you. Very similar to when he took your arm, which was a good start. Like, the start of this game was so good. It was so good. It was amazing. Then well, the next time you see him is, like, actually right after that, because he realizes that you're not who you... He figured out who you were, and then he tricks you, and then the next time you also directly see him, he's like, oh, this is just Phantom Ganon, and you're just starting out in your adventure, and he was really hard. Guess what? I'm harder, so... And then after that, he's like, oh, I tricked you again. I just kept you running around so that I could kidnap Zelda, and I did it! See? Look how smart I am. Look how much ahead of you I am. It's not a ton of interaction, but the interaction that you have is good back and forth. And the connection that you're fighting against him here, it doesn't feel that way. You have the one cutscene where he summons all the Phantom Ganons to attack you, and it's just like, I'm gonna kill you eventually! And immediately he gets called out, like, well, he would have killed us if he was at full power, so I guess we still have time. Okay. I guess that's something. So... yeah, that's... okay. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom. I don't really have a number score for you because the number score is very subjective and it's very easy to look at it, and there's much more to a game than just a number, and there's a lot of personal preferences to it. I think this was a good game. I think I've explored everything I wanted to explore. I don't know if I really I don't know if I'd ever pick this up and play this over again. Although I didn't really pick up Breath of the Wild over again because it wasn't my style of game. Like, open world is fun to go around and stuff like that, but after a while I just want to go beat the game. And I only did the shrines because we were that close. Heh, my house. Zelda can keep her house over in Hateno. I got my own place now. Hateno being right here. Where is it? Zelda's secret well. Zelda's house? Yeah, and mine only has one bed, so no girls allowed. It's great. Vindication. If I had to sum it up, this is a good game. It just could have been more, and I think it was constrained by maybe being in the world of its predecessor, but maybe more so in the way that they still wanted to have an open story, and they didn't actually go into character about stuff. I think it assumes that you know who Ganondorf is, or if you don't, that he's just a big bad guy, and the music will do all the heavy lifting. And it could have been more. What we got was good, but it could have been more. It's a solid outing. It's a weird position to be funner than Breath of the Wild. It's funner than Breath of the Wild with the mechanics and everything like that and what you can do. But it's way more... But the story of Breath of the Wild's better. Even though it doesn't answer questions about the Ganondorf thing. It's just like, oof, Calamity Ganon's a thing. They explain at least that it comes back every 1,000 years. And they were gonna make a Tears of the Kingdom to explain where that came from, and they didn't directly mention it. Also, all the Sheikah's technology just disappeared, and the lore people couldn't really be bothered. They said, "Oh, it just mysteriously disappeared," and that type of stuff happens in Hyrule. So that was a very non-answer. It was like, we just didn't put it in the game. Even though there's clearly remnants of it in the game, they just didn't have an answer for it, and they didn't really care to have an answer for it because their focus is on the gameplay. Which, if they're focused on the gameplay, they nailed it. It's really, really good. 10 out of 10. Their weapon system, if you like the whole durability thing, and the Master Sword losing its power, which I have mixed feelings on. I'm just glad it doesn't lose power in the major boss fights when you needed it the most. So the last boss fight, it actually was useful and it did a lot there. But that is it for the stream. And those are my many, many rambling thoughts about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And we're finished. And to commemorate this, we are going to sleep. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night.